What's up, guys? Welcome back to, I don't know, I guess episode 2 of me just, talking about my life. Um, I don't know, I don't really know. I don't really know what to do for these intros because, I said I'd do these like I think in the last one I said I'd do these like weekly. That obviously did not happen. It's been what, a month and a half, 2 months since my last one of these. So, but I kind of just wanted to give a quick little update on, you know, how my life has been going and, you know, I don't know, for anyone interested, just, what's going on. So, yeah, starting out, first things first, I'm recording this at 3 a.m. I have work tomorrow. It's 3:30 as of the current moment. Uh, and I have work tomorrow. So that's gonna be fun. Going to work while tired. It's just gonna be a blast. So, we'll see how that ends up being. Um, but that kind of naturally leads into the first thing I wanted to talk about, which is insomnia. I have really struggled with insomnia for the last, I don't even know, like it's been like 10 months at this point. I cannot hit this chicken. Oh my god. It's been 10 months at this point, plus, maybe more. It's not horrible, I guess. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the whole insomnia thing. But it's reached the point where I'll go to bed and I won't even be like expecting to fall asleep at all. Like I'll go to bed and I just know that I'm not gonna fall asleep. So I'll just kind of lay in bed and stare at the ceiling until like 5 a.m., 7 a.m. And then sometimes I end up falling asleep. Sometimes I just can't and whatever. The only problem is, like, usually by the time I do fall asleep, it's already so late, or I guess so early, that, I kind of just, like, miss half of the day if I do fall asleep, because I sleep in till like 2 p.m. And so, that also doesn't really help with the whole, falling asleep on time thing, because if I sleep in till 2 p.m., then, I don't know, it just kind of spirals. Um, and it's it's the whole insomnia thing is just really frustrating because I'm like super exhausted all the time, but I still just can't sleep. Like it doesn't matter how tired I am, it just doesn't. I'm just not able to sleep, and that's really really frustrating because you know I like sleeping and I want to be able to sleep, but I just can't, and that really really sucks. So, there's that. But then that kind of ties into the next thing, and it's something that I did touch up on a little bit in kind of the last one of these videos I did, which was the depression thing and how I'm doing with that. And I don't want to get too in detail about all that stuff because obviously it's a personal thing, so I don't want to get like overly in detail. I have no coal. Oh shoot, this is awkward. There's a cave here somewhere though. I hear a zombie. I'm just gonna mine this way and hope for the best. He's over here somewhere. Okay. uh, Anyways, about the whole depression thing, um, I've been going to therapy for a couple months now, and that's been good, I guess. I mean, it's not like it's something that I just really enjoy doing necessarily, but it's kind of like a necessity. I don't know, I don't hate it by any means. I just don't love it. It's not like I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go to therapy on Friday, you know, like, you know, but I don't hate it, I guess. Like, it's not terrible. It could be, it could be a lot worse, you know, and I get along with my therapist. Like, I like him. He's cool. So that's pretty good. Another thing is I have started taking antidepressants, and or I did start taking antidepressants, and that went not great. It the like the ones I was taking just kind of made things worse. And that's like a pretty common side effect with a lot of them. Um, but it really made things worse, and it just wasn't helping at all. So I've switched to other forms of medication and stuff. So I'm just not taking the same thing that I was. So we kind of I think we've got that squared away. Like, I'm feeling better now with what I'm taking now than with what I was taking, which is good. So I guess that's a plus. Um, but yeah, I'm still kind of like figuring myself out with that whole side of things, like the whole just like mental health side of things. I'm still really figuring stuff out, and like I don't know. I don't really know where I'm at. Um, you know, it'd be nice if I did. It'd be nice if I could just like, you know, have the answer to all this stuff. Why am I not cooking all of my food at once? I have another furnace. I'm stupid. See, this is what happens when it's, you know, 3 in the morning, and you know, so I just like my brain just can't think. I can't talk and play at the same time. Like, it's terrible. I'm not even like playing anything. I'm literally just jumping around in a cave. Um, but yeah, as far as the whole like mental health side of thing goes, like that's kind of where I'm at. Just still like figuring stuff out, and at this point, I'm really trying everything. Like, I'm, you know, I'm trying to cover all the bases, so I'm not, you know, just kind of like, I don't know. I'm taking every measure I can to try to make things better. Um, and you know, it's really a question for me, like like what came first, the chicken or the egg, so to speak, with like the depression and insomnia. Like, did the depression come first, or did the insomnia come first, or, you know, because they started around the same time, and so, you know, it could be one of those things like they kind of just feed into each other, and it has this like snowball effect where they, you know, one makes the other worse, and, you know, like, I don't know, like, you know, depression makes it hard to sleep, but not getting good sleep makes the depression worse. And so, you know, not that that's 100% the case, but it's not like it's impossible that that's what's going on. So, you know, there's that. And, you know, I really wish I could just like have the answers to all of it and know exactly what's going on, and, you know, how to fix everything. But I just don't. So it's really just a matter of taking things one step at a time and hoping by some miracle that, you know, it works itself out. I mean, not necessarily. It's not not that it's gonna work itself out. Like, I have to actively do the work to fix it, which I know. Like, I know that, you know, it's not just gonna like happen naturally. But it would be nice if it did. Ow. Okay. That was like a little scary. I got jump scared by a freaking skeleton. Okay, more iron. Please be more than one. Okay. Well, asking you shall fucking receive. I guess it was 2. Okay, but anyways, like, what is the point of all this? Like where am I going with all of this? Giving an update on my life. Holy scary ass cave noise. Damn. Damn, that spooked me. Really? I'm just going in circles. Okay, anyways, like where am I going with all of this? Like what was the point of, you know, like all of that? I have kind of talked about this with my family for a little while. This has been a ongoing point of discussion of like what is this next year of college going to look like for me. Um, anyone who is close to me probably knows I'm in school right now. Not currently, but like I go to college and I study pretty far away from home, all things considered. I'm like, 1,000 miles away from home, which is definitely not close. It's not like a easily drivable distance. Like I don't drive to and from school. I fly. So okay, it is like a monster nightmare over here. Okay. Ow. Is that a... That is a village. Nice. Free food and beds and stuff. Yay. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait. This is nice. Before I get that food, I'm gonna get this food. Yeah, anyways, I study really far away. And, it's kind of one of those things, like, I'm just super far from family, and, that makes, like, if I ever, like, need something, or, like, something happens, like, I don't really have immediate access to family. It's, like, it's not like, like, I don't know, it's a lot harder to, have support with stuff like this if my family's 1,000 miles away, and so that kind of led to the decision that I am going to take a semester off to just like deal with mental health stuff and like have some, just be like near my support systems and whatever. I was taking a semester off of school to, just kind of get my stuff together. I forgot there's no bed in this type of house. That's so stupid. Why don't all village houses have beds? That's really dumb. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna be taking a semester off, at least a semester off. It might be more, it might be less. Maybe I will. Where's the iron golem, by the way? Yeah, maybe I'll take more. And I guess it probably wouldn't be less, but I guess it's possible that it would be less, but I don't really know how that would work. I'm probably gonna take online classes still, so I'm not like falling behind. Not like there's any rush necessarily that I have to like, like graduate at a certain time. But it would be nice if I don't know, I was like still like on pace to graduate at the same time as all my friends. So the annoying thing about this is that a lot of my friends, like I'm gonna be living with a lot of my friends down there, or I was gonna be necessarily, like I already have the lease signed for the house and all that sort of thing. And it's kind of a bummer, like having to tell them like, hey, so I'm actually like not going back down there for the school year. But I told one of them, and he was like, dude, like I totally understand. Like he was super chill about it, which was really good. Like having supportive friends is always a nice thing. So yeah, I think that's kind of all I wanted to talk about for today's video. I don't think anything else is gonna come up, but yeah, I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. Like that's the plan for the next month. So, or for the next couple months, you know, like not going back to school and whatever. Thankfully for you guys, that means more content. Yay! Like I don't have to deal with you know, the pressure of school. So I'll be home and I'll just be working, and you know, that whole thing will be really nice. So yeah, there's that, which is cool. So you know, I guess that's always a good thing. You know, free content. Um, I don't know. I haven't been super motivated to like edit and stuff, but you know, it's not like I've been demotivated. Okay, why are there so many mobs everywhere? Help! Help me! They're they're after me. Okay, I'll box up here and then. Yeah, but anyways, I think that's where I'll end the video. Thank you guys for watching. I don't know if anyone sat through this entire thing. I probably wouldn't have. Um, but you know, yeah, you know, for those of you who did, you know, I appreciate it. Anyone who comments, you know, appreciate that too. Appreciate all the support from everybody, and yeah, so until next time.